the Sixers blow out the Toronto Raptors at home, but guess what? It's depleted. There's a depleted win involved because of the fact that Kawhi Leonard didn't play, Serge Ibaka didn't play, and Valanciunas didn't play. And it bothers me because Kawhi Leonard played in their first game of their back-to-back against Cleveland. But he doesn't want to show up and play against the Sixers? Why aren't you sitting against Cleveland and playing a good squad in Philadelphia? Why is it the other way around? That pisses me off. This had such a high expectation level when it comes to the test for the Sixers. How good are they really? And now it doesn't mean anything because we blow them out, yes, but they didn't have their three guys, their three players. I wouldn't say top three players because Kyle Lowry played. But three important, very important players. And it bothers me. It did. It bothered me. I was very upset when I found out the news. Because I wanted to see a test. I wanted to see, okay, let's see what we got in Philadelphia against this squad. But at the end of the day, we took care of business. Now, when we took this game and kind of ran with it a little bit, it was in the third quarter. We went on a 14-4 run. We were up 16. Toronto did push back, but once that happened, you had Korkmaz and JJ hit 2 threes, bang, bang, and then the Raptors got a technical. After that moment, the Sixers kind of pulled away and ran with it. 33 assists for the Sixers tonight. They moved the ball beautifully. Brett Brown does praise moving the basketball and passing. They put on a show when it came to the dishing around today. Which goes hand in hand with what Ben Simmons did offensively. Wow. Now that's a game I like to see out of Ben. Seriously, that's one where I look at that and say, I haven't seen that in a while. I talk about aggressive Ben Simmons. I talk about his quiet nights. But this, what we saw today, that is lethal Ben Simmons. 26 points. 26, 12, and 8 was his total stat line. He was aggressive all day. He even had a fadeaway Jimmy that looked smooth. He was beyond just aggressive, Ben Simmons. That was legit Ben. Joel had 27 and 11. JJ had 22. Jimmy Butler provides you a 12, 7, and 7. The Sixers shot 56% from the field. And this is coming off of, I know it's not the greatest squad in the world, but this is coming off a win at home where they shot around 54% from the field. Something about that home energy. Something about being in the Wells Fargo Center. By the way, Ben Simmons only had 1 turnover. Now, I know we can talk about how many turnovers he had against the Raptors previously, and Kawhi Leonard is a big reason why that happened. But tonight he only had 1 turnover, and that's big for me. I'm proud of this team. It's a big win at home. You know, we're going out on this stretch where we go to Boston, and then we kind of hit West. So to finish strong at home, before we go on that trip, kudos to them. It bothers me that we had an expectation of a big-time matchup, a huge game in Philadelphia, but Kawhi Leonard plays against the Cleveland Cavaliers but doesn't play against Philly. Are they trying to make a statement? It's not like the Raptors are a bad team without Kawhi, because I think they were like 7-1 without him, but without him, Ibaka, and Valanciunas, it's just, what are you? You're nowhere near the same level of talent. Imagine going in and playing a game against Joel Embiid, JJ Redick, and Ben Simmons, and just Jimmy Butler. That's pretty much what we just did. That's what we faced against. It's frustrating. Talking about some other guys, Bolden, he stepped in and provided about 25 minutes. He had 4 blocks total, 3 in a couple-minute span in the first quarter. He played way more than expected. That's because Wilson Chandler wasn't playing due to an injury, and Mike Muscala got into foul trouble real early. So Bolden came in and provided a spark. I liked his length. He really was noticeable out there, especially with blocking shots early. Korkmaz finished the day with 16, although some of that was in absolute garbage time. He had about 10 points when it mattered, but some big-time shots. He had the one huge 3 that I talked about in the third quarter to put us over the hump and blow it out of proportion. I'm happy with the win. I'm proud of the team for battling, and they blew out a squad. I mean, the alternative would have been lost to the Raptors without their 3 players. So we take that. We blow them out. That's fine. I'll take it. I wanted to see more of a test. I did, but what are you going to do? You can't control it. They didn't want to play Kawhi tonight. They didn't want to play Kawhi tonight. One thing I noticed, though, Joel Embiid, dominant first half, quiet in the second. And we've seen that. We've seen that. Ben Simmons, after one of his plays defensively, gets a foul called on him, and he's frustrated. He walks over to the sideline. He just sits down in a fan seat. He ends up getting a technical. 3 technicals for the Sixers. 4 total in the game. Come on, let the players show some fight. Let the players play with some energy. You got Jimmy Butler having one, Embiid having one, Ben Simmons having one, the head coach of the Raptors getting one. Let them play. Let them play. Show some emotion. It was nice seeing Ben play like this, though. My biggest takeaway was the style of play that Ben had tonight. He was lethal from the floor, 11 to 13. He was locked in, and this was a Ben Simmons. I hope he really builds off of it. You're talking about a triple-double last game to this. And a triple-double that he wasn't even proud of. He said, I got a lot more to show than just that. And he did it today. I was very, very, very happy with Ben Simmons tonight. If he can consistently play like that, we're going to take a big-time step in the right direction. For real. Proud of the team. We got to go into Boston next on Christmas Day. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be entertaining. And the Celtics are struggling. So we got to see what we really have. The bench thing is killing me, though. And you can see it. The lack of depth in the bench. You hear Elton Brand talk. You're hearing some bits and pieces about Markelle Fultz. And he didn't even have a comment when asked if you will see Markelle Fultz again this year. That's concerning. But Zhaire Smith was talked about. And they have him in the future of this season. They're talking about him doing PT, him working out in the gym. So I don't really know what to expect out of Zhaire Smith due to the fact that he lost 20 pounds, 30 pounds. But it's nice to hear that maybe we might get Zhaire back just because we need bodies. We need bodies at this point to compete. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.